Hello, everyone. My name is Marissa, and welcome to your monthly Baddie Brief, a 15-minute segment from For the Breast of Us, providing education and highlighting organizations in the breast cancer community doing amazing work. For the month of January, For the Breast of Us is focusing on physical, mental wellness, and nutrition. Because of this, we are partnering with Unite for Her to provide women of color diagnosed with breast cancer wellness boxes. And I'm excited to be joined today with Christy, ambassador and advocate with Unite for Her and their wellness program. Welcome, Christy. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks for
Good.
having me.
You're welcome. So yeah, let's just go on ahead and kick it off and get started. So tell me a little bit about yourself, where you're from, when you were diagnosed, things of that nature.
My name is Christy Paradise because I'm a poet, so I go by the name of Paradise in the poetry community. But I
Okay.
was born Christy Jenkins. Christy, no middle name, Jenkins. So I've given myself a middle name. Um, I currently reside in Egg Harbor City, New Jersey. I am 42, soon to be 43 in March. I have a 10-year-old little boy.
Okay.
He's been going on 20,
Uh-huh.
but he's been my rock through this entire thing. I was diagnosed in, I don't remember it, so I always write it down. So
Mm-hmm.
excuse me when I turn my head. It's something for me, I guess, psychologically, not to hold on to the diagnosis. So I
Right.
always write it down so that I know it, but I'm trying not to know it.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
for my 40th birthday, I started going through the process in November of 2019. I was diagnosed with stage 0, non-invasive DCIS. Let me butcher this real quick. Ductal carcinoma in situ. Oh, I think I said
Mm-hmm.
it right. Grade 3, which is fast moving, ER and ER positive breast cancer in my left breast.
Okay. Okay. And so you are an ambassador and an advocate with Unite for Her. So can you let us know how you got started and connected with Unite for Her?
Yes. So soon after, I had a lumpectomy in January of 2020. I had a lumpectomy with reconstruction. Soon after that, I started my hormone therapy. So I had
Mm-hmm.
5 years on tamoxifen and radiation treatment. And then COVID hit and the world shut down. But as
Right.
I always say, cancer can give a hoot about COVID. COVID can give a hoot about cancer.
Right.
So
Right.
thrivers, survivors, we still have to go and do what we have to do. We still have to
Mm.
make our appointments regardless. And I found myself in a dark place, not knowing what to do, feeling like I didn't have a support system,
Mm-hmm.
actually questioning if I was going to make it through because
Mm.
um, I did not expect to be in the position that I was in. I don't know if I'm going to be able to explain it, but before being diagnosed with breast cancer and even after being diagnosed, I felt regular. And
Mm.
because for me it was stage 0, I felt like it's not even real. Like, is
Right.
this a dream? But once you go through the biopsies and the MRI and the surgery, you have the drains, it slaps me in the face. This is happening.
Right. Right.
So I was borderline depressed, and I did what I know to do best, which is to pray.
Mm-hmm.
So in my prayer, I'm like, literally, no exaggeration. God, I don't know what I'm going to do. I know that I have to do better health wise,
Right.
but I don't know what to do. I don't have an avenue. So I just prayed until I fell asleep, cried until I fell asleep. And literally the next morning, Unite for Her called me.
Wow.
I want to say it was Michelle from Unite for Her, but it's Michelle, it's Sue, it's Erin. All of them are amazing. And every question I had when I prayed, they answered.
Wow.
And normally I wouldn't answer the phone because I had no idea who was calling me. And I'm
Right.
so glad I'm so glad I answered. And it was the first year that they connected with New Jersey.
Okay.
And because of the pandemic, they were virtual for the first year. And I
Mm-hmm.
was one of the first people they called. So
Wow.
I answered the call and I said yes.
And so how did they get connected with you though?
They said, we're going to email you. Just respond to our email. That's another thing I'm not the best at.
But how did they find you? Did you like apply for their program
They,
or?
well, you can apply. So you can go onto uniteforher.org and
Right.
apply. But the hospital gave them my information. So Atlantic
Okay.
Care, they said, we found you through Atlantic Care, and they suggested your name. So that's how they found me.
Okay. And so these wellness boxes that Unite for Her provides, can you give our listeners a little bit of insight of what these wellness boxes contain?
Yes, it's like Christmas. It was like Christmas. I'm already smiling. I was so excited. So answering the email is when they say, just answer this and say yes. Gets you the box. Now, if you go on their website, you can actually, if you want to donate, you can donate and send a care box
Okay.
to a woman, or you can donate, and then that's how we are able to get the box for free. So the box
Right.
is $250, and we get them for free. So inside this box, oh my God, I was like in heaven. They sent me tea, hibiscus,
Mm.
a lot of stuff I've used completely, and then I went on the site and just start purchasing it again. They sent
Okay.
me under eye patches, which I've never used.
Mm-hmm.
I did, and I wish I had the pictures ready because I took pictures of everything.
Yeah.
They sent me, which I think was the most important item in the box for me, which I would recommend to any Black or brown woman, period. But
Mm-hmm.
because of our, in my opinion, I'm not a doctor, because of our melanated skin, we
Mm-hmm.
need extra moisturizer, right?
Exactly. Yes, we do.
Yes. So they have this, they call it a suave. It's a little tiny jar, but
Mm-hmm.
calendula.
Yes, I love calendula.
Yeah,
That was my saving grace when I was going
me
through
too.
radiation. Yeah.
When I went through radiation, he was like, you should use cortisone with aloe. My radiologist told me. But
Mm-hmm.
again, our melanin is different. And he knew that. He said
Right.
to me, Black skin is different. I said, listen, I'm using calendula.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to use your cortisone with aloe. I'm going to use the aloe plant, split it in half, and put it
Right.
directly on my skin. He was amazed. He was like, you have the, yes, we do natural. So that's what's in the little container, but I use it
Mm-hmm.
to this day, and I use it for the roughest parts of my body, like my elbow. I use it because of the surgery. I use it
Mm-hmm.
where all the incisions are at, and
Okay.
then the secret is to also use it on the bottom of your feet in the wintertime.
Oh, see, as you were talking, I was sitting up here like I should use that on my feet because I
I
have some
do.
still. Yeah.
I still have it, and I put it on my feet, and then I put my socks on.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the one of the main things that I loved. Outside of they gave up, there's a cookbook.
Okay.
And I believe it's called Fighting Cancer, Cooking to Fight Breast Cancer.
Mm-hmm.
They give you recipes
Okay.
because also in that box is a passport. Okay, so passport moves above the lotion, right? The passport allows, they give you squares, and
Okay.
they can expire. In the squares, you could do different things with those. So you
Mm-hmm.
can do Reiki treatments, and they do them virtually now. You could do yoga.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the things I took part in is the sun basket. It's food delivered to you
Right.
on a commercial, and then you just
Mm-hmm.
pop it in the microwave, and they give
Okay.
you an insert with directions on how to cook the food.
Okay.
One of my favorites is the veggie deliveries. I did that twice, and
It's
it's
like
like,
a fresh vegetable box delivery.
yes, and they
Okay.
ship it all nice in ice packs, and you get fruit and vegetables. So the
Okay.
veggies, did I get fruit? I'm not sure, but I definitely got vegetables. I got kale, I got cabbage, asparagus, cucumbers, and it comes to your door weekly, and it's for 6 weeks.
Nice.
So I'm used to soul food, right?
Right.
And God bless my mom, lost her to COVID.
Mm.
But she would be mad if she heard me say soul food. I don't know if it's for my soul. Because what we put in there to make it taste so good is one of the reasons we have to fight this disease.
Right. Right.
So I had to learn to cook differently.
Mm-hmm.
So the veggie boxes was instrumental to me starting to eat more veggies.
Right. And I think the cool thing about these produce boxes is if you haven't tried something, you could try something new, which is
Yeah.
nice. to be
Exactly.
able to do. Like if you haven't tried kale or if you're just shying away from it, you could be like, oh, they'll send you some kale and then you could just try it and see and then maybe cook it the way how you would like to cook
Mhm.
it. That way it's prepared by yourself and you could
Yeah.
see if you like it or not.
Well, they kept sending me leek.
Okay.
Definitely not kale. Don't know what to do. Have no idea what to do with leek. But what Unite for Her does, they also have a nutritionist, Erin. Shout out to Erin. And I also took part in that where Erin did what we're doing now. She came
Okay.
into my house and we talked about the things I had, and she taught me about like meal replacement, like
Mm-hmm.
spaghetti. I'm like, my son loves pasta, but my
Right.
body, I love pasta, but my body doesn't receive pasta well. So she told me how to switch that to wheat pasta.
Okay.
And then like the spaghetti sauce, she told me about ragu, how they have a one that's all natural ingredients. So
Mm-hmm.
you don't have those added preservatives and things like that, and how to like just cook it and give it to my son. And he had no idea I switched his pasta.
Right. Right.
Now he's eating vegan pasta. So with the nutrition plan in the veggie box, they'll teach you. You
Mm-hmm.
can go into one of their wellness programs or one of their I did the Harvest Fest and I did I forget the name of it that quickly. Bloom, where there is a fundraiser where people
Okay.
actually donate to women. They hear our stories and then donate. But Erin is amazing. If you come to one of the wellness programs or the hangouts, that's what it was, the hangout. And she cooked live on camera. And then
Okay.
you can always call her and ask her, what is this? Because you'll get a vegetable you don't know, have no idea what. And then she'll send you recipes
Nice.
or send you to like a link where you can and then do it yourself. But they also offer those courses online the same way we are today. So
Okay.
that's amazing.
So tell me a little bit about these wellness programs. I'm guessing that these are a part of the passport, or is it something that Unite for Her just offers and anybody that's a survivor or thriver can attend these wellness programs?
The wellness programs, some of it you have to use your passport, but for the most part, they do this for women, period.
Okay.
I just took part in one, I want to say it was yesterday, and they had someone come on to teach Reiki, the importance of it, how to do yoga, how to know your the spots to touch to bring
Mm-hmm.
to soothe you basically. And then they allow women to have breakout groups where I am an ambassador for Unite for Her. So
Okay.
then the women hearing our stories can decide which breakout room they want to go to, where we
Mm-hmm.
just have open conversations similar to how we are doing it now, and
Right.
then from that, they can keep in contact with us should they have any questions or any concerns. Or like most of the women want to connect with other women with similar diagnosis.
Right.
And
Right.
they don't know where to go or who to talk to, or they feel the same way that they don't have a support system. So
Mm-hmm.
for me, I feel like Unite for Her unites us
Yeah.
so that we have that support system. They are my support system, to be honest with you. They've
Mm-hmm.
been supporting me from the day they called me to today. So that's what the wellness programs are. And it's just to let you know different things that you can do to make sure that you stay well. So I
Okay.
think that that's the most instrumental part of the wellness programs. And they
Yeah.
are virtual.
Okay. So from your perspective, why do you think it's important for Black and brown women or just women of color in general to get involved in this type of program with Unite for Her?
I think that when you say get involved, that's the most important part for Black and brown women. Um,
Mm-hmm.
we, in my opinion, come from generations of what we do stay in our house. Don't speak
Right.
about it. Don't talk to anybody about it. And I think for me, Unite for Her allows us to have and own our voices, allows us to know that it's okay,
Mm-hmm.
reminds us just being a part of Unite for Her reminds me as a Black woman that this affects us too.
Right.
Now, the crazy part with me saying this affects us too is that we are disproportionately affected by cancer.
Right.
This, it's crazy because I've done the research,
Mm-hmm.
but still, it's as if it doesn't affect us. And I
Exactly.
think our silence and the secret of, oh my God, I have this thing
Mm-hmm.
nobody can know, or the assumption that because we have breast cancer, ovarian cancer, any kind of cancer, it makes us weak.
Mm-hmm.
We don't talk about it, so we don't have those connections. So unite and unite for her, to me, gives us exactly that. And I think that it's important for us Black and brown women to be connected for Unite for Her, because although there's not a lot of us in Unite for Her, there,
Mm-hmm.
we're there. And we need more people to be even in that space, so
Right.
we can begin to do what you and I are doing today,
Exactly.
connecting
Yeah.
with other organizations, other Black and brown women, to make sure that our voices are heard and the education is there.
Right. And more importantly, that we as, women of color know that organizations like this do exist and we do have resources out there,
Yes,
which
believe
is, it's really important. Like I was diagnosed back in 2015, and granted, Unite for Her, may have not have been established at that point, but it was really hard for me to find organizations like this, like Unite for Her, or even For the Breast of Us, which is one of the reasons why we formed For the Breast of Us, so that you do have a community there and you could share resources, you could share stories, experiences, etc.
yeah.
So I was really touched that Unite for Her had even reached out to us and said, hey, we want to get more women of color into our program. It's an awesome program. Once I learned about it, I'm just like, yes, we need to get more women signed up. So I'm actually really glad that you were able to join me today and talk a little bit about the program and why you like it and why it's important. So hopefully just by us talking about it and us spreading out the word, we could get more women to sign up for this program like as soon as they are diagnosed, so they know that this is a
Yeah.
resource that they have. Because as you know, and as I know too, our physicians are only there because they're trying to, well, not only there, but they're there because they're trying to save our lives. They're not thinking about the collateral damage that comes with all of that. And I think Unite for Her is helping with that collateral damage by providing these type of wellness programs and these wellness boxes for us.
For sure, you hit it right, the nail right on the head.
Yeah.
That's the resources we
Yeah.
need them. And once we're diagnosed, it's almost like that's all we can think about.
Right.
You don't know, and that's what I learned with Unite for Her. Once you're diagnosed, you don't truly know what. Okay, I'm going to rewind a little bit. From what I was told, breast cancer doesn't run in my family.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, my mom had breast cancer, so now I've seen her go through it. I know what I have to do. She's gonna. No, it's like foreign. It's like, what? You have what? It came from where? Um,
Mm-hmm.
so for me, it was the not knowing what I needed.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that I needed these things, but Unite for Her introduced them to me. I
Right.
didn't know that there was a group. I didn't know that there were other groups. I didn't know the number of Black women this affects at this
Mm-hmm.
rate. I was blessed to be in contact with a Black surgeon, a woman. And I realized through Unite for Her and going to different groups that that's a blessing.
Right. It
And I
really is.
wow, like that was amazing. And I know that that's not the story of a lot of Black women, but between her and Unite for Her, like I didn't know that I needed this. This
Right.
helps me get through. And this
Mm-hmm.
reminds me, this helps me to thrive and to push on. This helps me to know that I'm not the only one, because we hear about cancer all the time. But
Mm-hmm.
until it touches you, literally, you're like, oh, this thing is real.
Right.
And then you're reaching for, you could talk to your family, but they can only be there but so much.
Right.
So
And they only understand so much too. So
exactly. So,
yeah.
but thank you.
Yeah. I know. I'm excited. I'm glad, like I said, I'm glad that you were able to join us and tell us a little bit about the program. I'm excited for us to continue working with Unite for Her and yourself as well. Excited to hear about some of your poetry, because I heard that you are a fantastic poet.
Oh, thank
So we
you.
will definitely have to get you into the mix with For the Rest of Us, so we can hear some of that as well. Any other parting words that you want to leave for our listeners before we sign off?
One, I am definitely a poet. The Art of Paradise. We do a virtual event. We actually have for the new year our first event for this year coming up tomorrow. It's
Okay.
virtual. It will be streaming live from on Facebook. And that's in the reverse of how you see my name. It's Paradise_Christy, CRYSTY. And
Okay.
I'm excited to be able to unite with Unite for Her in April, where I'm going to do BU Teethful hair care. So I have my wig on today. I'm not ashamed. And
I love it. It's cute, girl.
Thank you. And that's what I want to tell women. Like, you're beautiful. Just be you. So I'll be on the wellness program and I'll be talking about just caring for your hair, different styles that you can wear, the confidence. Take your wig off, put a wig on. You don't lose who you are. Please don't pull your wig all the way down to your eyebrows because then everybody knows it's a wig. Things like that. So it should be fun and I'm excited. So I look forward to those things in the future.
Yeah, you'll have to let us know about that, the program that you have coming up for that, so we can let the women in our group know and broadcast it on our social media and mention it here again on the podcast too, so women know and they can join to pick up some of those tips as well.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And hopefully I'll be able to come back one day and just do a little bit of poetry for you.
Yes, we will definitely have to make that happen.
Thank you.
So for all of our listeners out there, definitely go to Unite for Her and apply. Like Christy said, through the Unite for Her Wellness Program, patients can receive services like nutritional counseling, meal deliveries, professional counseling, fitness classes, and more at no cost to yourself. The Unite for Her Wellness Program is available to patients in the United States. To learn more about their program and to sign up to receive your own wellness box, make sure that you go to uniteforher.com/apply. We'll make sure to put all that information in the notes of the podcast and on our social media so you can apply. We definitely want to get more Black and brown women into the program. So please do. If you have any questions, please let us know. And thank you, Christy, for joining me again today. It was great talking to you and having you on, and I can't wait to partner with you again later.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.